Hey, what's up, moviegoers, and welcome to yet again another Wednesday movie reviews genre Thursdays. And today's genre is comedy. And for today's genre, we're looking at the 2012 comedy The Dictator, starring Sacha Baron Cohen, who is famous for this and some other comedy movies such as Allergy in the House, Borat, and Bruno. And also for his characters starring in a show. I'm starring as his characters in a show, The Allergy Show. You know that man, bruh? It is directed by the director who also does some other Sacha Baron Cohen movies. Now, the story of this character is that Aladdin is one of ruling a African nation so hilariously. This guy just won't take no for an answer. He has to always be right, or at least so he thinks. And lots of funny situations happen with this character, from playing weirdness of a video game where you play as a crazed terrorist character, which he happens to be playing as himself in it, which I find kind of funny, to getting into weird situations that turn up hilarious. It's also the story of betrayal by his uncle, played by Ben Kingsley, who is not unfamiliar with playing a character who does portrayal. For I believe that was when his character role in the movie Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, was for as well. So he has some experience playing this type of cold role. Ben Kingsley's character is the uncle of Aladdin, and he is wanting to turn Wadia, Aladdin's nation, into a democratic state and also sell oil for profits. And Aladdin just won't have it, so Ben Kingsley's character figures that it's best to get a replacement, torture Aladdin, and then kill him. It doesn't go so well for the torturer, which happens to be, actually not in this picture, but you get to see, the torture scene being one of my top funny scenes from this movie, which, in the torture scene, the reason why it's funny is because Aladdin is so familiar with these torture devices, but he knows there's something not quite so good for them. They're not good enough to torture him, or it's just not the proper type of torture device. This one, you have the missile maker next to Aladdin, and they had a pretty weird argument in the movie about whether missiles need to have a point or not. Aladdin getting his information that they should from Bugs Bunny. And then this one, in which the missile got seen here again with Aladdin after Aladdin has been shaved and etc. So nobody can tell the difference. between him and your normal American, and he meets up with the missile guy in Little Wadian, which is the place where all the Wadian people who were sent to be executed were actually exiled to him. Which, of course, the missile guy was a part of. And in the scene there, it's one of my top hilarious scenes from it is that those two are like talking in their native language, and all the American tourists that are on the helicopter with them can hear stuff like 9/11, 9/11, 2012, etc. So I guess to the point that the helicopter pilot has to land and take them to jail on suspected terrorism. So these three scenes are like some of my top three hilarious scene moments from the movie I thought worth sharing. After escaping the torture room while it was burning down, when Aldine's beard wouldn't burn correctly for the torturer, and the torturer burned to death, Aldine made it out, and to his complete tour, lives the American dream, getting a job, getting into a relationship, etc. And also, of course, his ultimate goal is getting his uncle from becoming the new dictator who would be in charge of Wadium and stopping his plans. Now, when the movie was made, the character Aldine spoofed off of Gaddafi, who was still alive around the time, so they figured that they better make it look like that it was loosely based on a romance novel written by a old terrorist Saddam Hussein, or they might actually cause a terrorist attack to happen, because Gaddafi might get mad if he figures it out. Which, as far as we know, their plan to make it look like based on a romance novel worked. And of course, for news about this movie, there was the 84th Academy Award ceremony prank, in which Sacha Baron Cohen came dressed in character with an urn filled with some sort of dust, claiming it was the ashes of Kim Jong-il. And pouring them out like on one of the stars. And it was Ryan Seacrest that accidentally got poured on. Sacha Baron Cohen was warned not to come dressed in character to promote the Dictator, but he did so anyways, and decided to make a huge prank out of it while he was at it. Seeing as this movie is a very awesome comedy, and even though I did just go over a few hilarious scenes in it, I still found it to be a very awesome comedy. And thus, on a rating scale of 5 stars being excellent, 1 star being poor, I give this movie a solid 5 stars. Because of how hilarious it turned out to be. In fact, it's so hilarious, it turned out to be in my top 5 or 10 comedy movies. A couple others being A Haunted House with Wayans, and also 21 Jump Street, which I did a review on earlier. Well, that's all the time we have for today, moviegoers, but we'll be back next Tuesday with a Classic Tuesdays review. And until then, have a great rest of the week, and we'll catch you later. See ya!